Pause this video right now. Go and read How to Argue with a Meat Eater and Win by
Ed Winters. And when you've read it, you can join us for the discussion.
Or you can join us anyway, because we're about to tell you all about it. I'm Elijah.
And I'm Joseph. And welcome to the Aisha Library.
So, what do you think?
I liked it. I liked it from minute one. I liked the tone it was written in. It seemed like the guy was like trying to have like a little banter with us, laugh at meat eaters. Do you know what I mean? It seemed like...
Oh yeah, there was definitely humour. Okay, put it this way. He thought he was funny, and he wasn't aggressive. And that's basically one of my first points anyway. But when I heard the title, I just thought, he wants black people to give up chicken. You know, how to argue for meat and win. He wants us all vegan.
Blood from a stone.
I said, that ain't happening, mate. But yeah, this author has won me over for a number of reasons already in the first chapter. It's his passiveness and his calm, relaxed tone, even though it's a front. Vegans have been known to be aggressive, and that's very off-putting, whereas, as I said, he's calm and collected. The reason why I say it's a front, because nobody changes their whole lifestyle, then spends years of their life writing and publishing a book to say, meh, not bored. So he has to be a front. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, nah. It's the kind of thing where he was like, these dramatic little meat eaters, you know, always going on about vegans, acting like we're terrorists, acting like we're taking over the world, yada yada. He was just like, just calm down, bro. It's not that serious. That's the kind of tone that I was reading the book in, at least. Anyway.
Yeah, well, the voice, because I listened to the audiobook, he was calm. He was cool.
And which is, to be fair, the opposite of everything vegans are perceived to be in social media. They're perceived to be, mate, it's mine out, friend, painting people's faces, all kinds of foolishness. And he was literally just like, bro, chill. Eat the meat if you want. Don't eat the meat if you don't want. Here's the facts. Here's what I think. Yeah. Even when there was a point in the book where somebody asked him, do you hate meat eating people? And he was like, I was horrified. I'm like, of course not. It seems like a perfect gentleman.
Secondly, he made a very good point and then asked the question. He said, most people talk about whether they want to stop eating meat without considering what is the right thing to do. This is something I've never considered before. Because my stance is, I want to eat meat and I don't care if animals suffer. Without thinking, what is the right thing to do? What's the right thing to do?
That is true. And now the right thing to do, this is this point about moral relativism.
Subjective morality. Like, what is right? Who decides what is right? Like, if, for example... asking you.
You know, that's cool, but part of my point is, if he's...
He's always ambushed doing something.
Oh, is he there? This guy wants attention so badly, man.
Yeah, we need to feature him one day.
Oh, listen, come in there. But yeah, no, it's part of, like, if, you know, killing animals is wrong, why is killing plants not wrong? Things like that. I mean, it's not exactly the same scale kind of thing. Plants are living organisms, you know? So it's like, where do we draw the line? And who draws the line? And these kind of things. Okay. So I feel like if you pull the thread on what's right or wrong, you'll never get anywhere. You should eat the meat if you want, don't eat if you don't want. That's the simplest way you can...
That might be the simplest way, but what's the right thing to do, in your opinion?
The right thing to do, in my opinion...
Is it right to be choosing animals to suffer?
I think it's natural to eat meat. Having said that, I don't think it's natural for us to do what we do, which is the meat industry, which is us to waste millions and millions of pounds of chicken going in a bin every... Like, you go to you go to Tesco and you go into the meat aisle and it's full of chicken, whole chickens. When was the last time you bought a whole chicken?
Never.
Ever. Yeah. And it's full. That cannot be getting bought and eaten, all of it.
Well, I work at the supermarket, they do. But this it was interesting that you used the argument of eating meat is natural. I don't know what you're trying to say, because there's loads of things that's natural.
Yeah, that's
animals shit up the place.
Yeah, that's true. That's natural. They're not going to stop. You know?
Natural. There's loads of things.
Yeah, 100%.
But what is the right thing to do?
Is it the right thing for animals to stop shit up the place? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not.
Do you see what I'm saying?
No, I'm not.
So, like, why did you bring that up?
The point I'm trying to make is it's natural for many things.
Yeah.
But we don't do.
Yes, true.
So it's natural to stink, you know, and we profusely wash ourselves. Well, some of us do anyway. Some of us don't. But
so being natural in perpetuity is not exactly. It's not the code to everything. It's not the key to.
Well, you're using it to kind of. I'm not even. I'm just gonna say you're using it to try and strengthen your argument to say eating meat is natural. So yeah, let's do it. But there's loads of things that are natural.
No. I understand that, which is why I said do it if you want, don't if you don't. Because that is the easiest way. That is the easiest way. That's the clearest. That's the clearest code you can get. I know you're looking for a clear answer. That is the clearest one you can get. As to whether eating meat is right or wrong.
So, but that means if you want to eat meat, that means you want animals to be raped, murdered, killed, all of that.
I don't know about rapes.
To get them pregnant, it's not. They artificially inseminate.
Yeah, no.
Have you watched Clarkson's Farm?
Well, I've seen some of it.
And he puts his hand all the way up. And
of course.
And it goes
all
up
the
to
way
here.
All the way in. Literally, he's wearing it. He's wearing it.
He puts this big glove on that goes in.
Literally wearing it.
Yeah.
Would you do that job?
That's definitely sexual assault. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Look, I don't know if it's right. That's why I said the meat industry is not necessarily right because of the things that we do to animals for profit. But if you're eating animal, like you said, you want to grow a chicken, kill it, cook it, eat off my own, labour. I don't necessarily think that's so wrong.
I don't think the animal industry is wrong.
I don't know if it's wrong. I know it's cruel. I know it's cruelty for profit. That's what I know it is. I know it's like they're mass killing more animals than anyone's gonna eat.
Yeah.
Just for profit, to sell it, to make money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like that could be argued as wrong, but I don't necessarily think eating animals in and of itself is wrong.
You know what? I forgot. Is this I wanted to bring out? I don't know if this is the right place to do it, but I thought it could be entertaining. It's a kind of
what is this now? What is
It's vegan.
It's vegan?
No, it's not. So basically, I just thought we could do this in the middle of our podcast to kind of show that we're not nerds. We can do things that are fun. So basically, it's just a drinking competition.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be entertaining. Loads of people are doing it. So
what's the particulars of this competition?
Is you drink it as fast as you can. People like stupid entertainment. Okay. And this is going against my diet, but we're just gonna go and see what happens, eh?
Alright.
Then we'll get back to our notes. Very quick.
It
didn't seem right to do it on the Indian one.
Oh yeah, of course not. That's
meat eating. I mean, who cares about vegans anyway? I haven't had a fizzy drink in ages, so this is gonna.
The only fizzy drink I really drink is beer, which I don't really. It's carbonated, but it's not fizzy. Do you know what I mean? Not like this. Nothing's like this.
Nah, Coke's worse, isn't it? This is worse.
This is worse.
Oh no,
Coke's not worse.
This is gonna be horrible.
I mean, depends which Coke.
Anyway, good luck. May the best man win.
Bottoms up. May God be with you. Jesus Christ.
This is a terrible idea.
Trust me, look.
I'm done.
Oh, that tasted so nasty.
I'm done.
Oh, nah.
I'm done. Defeated by it.
Listen, I'm never listening to you again. Bro, that wouldn't. I'm like, oh my God. Spilled all my.
Defeated by it. Oh,
that was never listening. Oh,
yeah, that was a terrible idea. Just think about your actions. Alright, anyway, back to business.
Like chili, could have been like some chili.
You know what? I was doing alright, and then I heard you make a funny noise.
You know what it was? I heard a funny noise, and I was like, I can recover. And then you spat all your shit everywhere, and I was like, yeah, it's done now.
Oh gosh, no.
Oh, my nose. Nah, my nose. No, that's a salt.
I can understand why people do this. It's what they call fucking. I mean, I prefer reading and getting
philosophy,
information and stuff like that.
And debating the mysteries of the universe, but
maybe we'll do that again one day, or maybe not. Anyway, I think it's your point.
Yeah, no, it is.
I thought I could do it.
I was thinking, I'm definitely gonna win this. I said it's not gonna be pretty, but I'm winning this. That's what I was thinking. I was literally thinking, it's third W of the day.
I thought, I've got this, and then nope.
Nah, but I said that something nearly came out that time. Something nearly came out that time.
Oh gosh! All right, come on, back to business, eh?
Okay, yeah, nah.
All right, your
break time's over.
Yeah.
I have already decided that I will be hate reading this book. Because of the brazen nature of the title and the lofty promises that it makes, I feel academically obligated to apply all my powers of intellect to disagree with everything that the author says, forming reasoning against it. Nothing personal, Ed, but I woke up extra early to be a hater today. Everything you say, I'll be watching. I'll be disagreeing. I'll be listening.
Oh, getting up the relevant literature.
Literally, I'm letting you know, I'm coming after you, Churchill. Coming after you.
You come after your chicken. Don't get away with black man's chicken.
Literally, made it personal.
Arms.
You made it personal now.
Oh gosh. Wait, I've got to. So it turns out that this book is more a book on communication more than anything so far.
Yeah.
The author is explaining to us the power of questions. It's unfortunate that I know all of this information because I've read 20 books on communication. But yes, there's a reason why I always ask you questions, Joseph. No, because basically there's a power. Yeah, no, there's a power of asking questions. You control the conversation. So if I say to you, "What do you think about vegans?" As humans, for some reason, we feel obligated to answer questions. I don't. So people ask me questions, and I just look at them. No, genuinely, because after I've read 20 books on communication, when someone asks me a question, I'm like, you're controlling me. We feel obligated to answer. If I say, "Oh, would you like football, Joseph?" You're gonna say, "Yeah, I do." What team do you support? You know, you're just giving up information. Yeah. So this
it's a request for information. Request can be denied.
Yeah, request can be denied. But as humans, for some reason, we feel obligated to answer the question.
Social nicety.
Yeah. So this was kind of all-encompassing book because it showed you that, it told you that. And and then it had all the information about vegans. But I have got a question though. Is breast milk vegan?
Is breast milk vegan? That's a good question. That's a good question. No, it can't be.
What do you mean it can't be?
Can't be.
For the baby or for me?
No, it comes from a mammal. It comes from a human animal. Surely it can't be vegan.
Well,
is it been like clinically proven to be vegan?
No. It's basically vegans will say it's all right. It's vegan, but obviously it comes from an animal product, but it's an animal product for humans. I mean, it's from human to human. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my question to them is, if you can make cheese out of breast milk then? So is that okay for vegans to eat? Because the idea for vegans is for them. They say breast milk's okay for babies, right? But if it's okay for babies, right? Surely it's okay for me.
And if it's
cheese,
and if
babies, cheese out of breast milk,
and if babies need it,
would you eat cheese made from breast milk?
Depends who's watching.
What? I didn't think he's gonna say that. But don't you think it's weird that we think cheese from cows is fine, but if I say to you, if I get a glass of breast milk, you're gonna be looking like, where's that come from? But when it comes from a cow, you don't give a fuck.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah. Give me that. Wait,
what was that?
I don't know. Let's move on.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah, we'll edit that out.
Yeah, cow titty's alright. Human titty.
Yeah.
I think this is just a good question though. Before I move on to my point, that's actually a good question. It's a good point to be fair. And it's like if you made, and the author actually made a point about this. He said when you scrutinize people and you stress test them, you find out why they think what they think and why they do what they do. And it's like if you say to a vegan, "Would you eat cheese made out of breast milk?" They'll probably be like, and it's like you don't know. You're unsure. So it's like there's room for shifting in your beliefs. There's room for shifting in your system. You just haven't found it yet. You haven't asked the right questions. So I guess you have a point. Questions are powerful. They help you find out. I have a point like that as well. I think this is a suspiciously worded title. Exactly what is being promised here. Is it a system of arguments and counter-arguments codified in such a way that you could logically neutralise the justifications of any and all meat eaters? Because if you can, that sounds fairly omnipotent. It's such a powerful thing that's been given up for the low price of like $16.99, how much the book was. I think the audiobook was $7.99 actually. And we have to define what we mean when we say win. Does win mean I've now converted you to veganism and can then repeat the process 8 billion-fold to envelop the entire human race? I can just take over. Or are they just going to get upset, make a face, tell me to go screw myself, go back to eating meat? Because that is not winning. So what are we getting? What are we getting from this book?
Exactly. I was struggling with the point of the book as well.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's a book for vegans, but vegans are already annoying.
I think it would have been put... You didn't even hear what he said. I realised late.
They're already annoying. They don't need to be armed with more literature. Because they don't... Meat eaters don't care. Yeah. Obviously all vegans were once meat eaters that decided they do care, but you need something more radical than a book.
Yeah, definitely. Even when you see the people on the street with like the TV screen show you the horrors of the slaughterhouse, just walk straight past. So like if that doesn't tug on the heartstrings sufficiently, then
I thought of an idea, but
It's
I'm gonna
war.
reveal
It has to be
later.
war.
If the main argument was it your turn, is it mine? I'm just doing my turn.
no, I
It's
just
my
did,
turn.
yeah.
If the main argument for being vegan is because it's the right thing to do, because eating animals is immoral, because killing animals causes pain and distress, vegans do realise that plants are living too, right? They can be unhappy and distressed, and for us to eat them, we have to kill them, right? Are they suggesting that a chicken has more of a right to life than a tree that can live for hundreds of years? Or is the need to wipe their arse more necessary than the 200-year lifespan of a tree? So that was my point. Oh, these chickens, they can live, 10 years or whatever, you know. And we kill them at 6 weeks. And there's a reason for that. It's not because we're cruel. I watched a documentary, or should I say I listened to a documentary on chicken. And it was on the BBC. Sounds very, very good. But is the life of a chicken more valuable, important than the life of a tree that lives for hundreds of years?
I think it is, humans apply importance to things that resemble us more closely. So things that are mobile, obviously, I'm not saying chicken resemble us. I'm saying things that are mobile and things that seem sentient and things
that's
that
what
have
I said.
limbs.
Yeah, but sentient, just because it's sentient, as I said, we've got 200, you know, trees can live to, some of them are over 800,000 years
So that's the
old.
thing. Once you get to a certain number, I heard a psychologist say, he said once you get to a certain once you get to a certain number, he literally said you don't care after that.
Yeah.
Like you can't conceptualize how many years, 800 or however. What did you say?
It's number
I
six.
forgot what
It's not number six.
No, I'm saying
trees.
forgot what the
You know,
number
trees
of
can
the
live
tree.
for, there's trees out there that are over 1,000 years old.
Yeah, see, that's crazy. That's genuinely
Do you know
crazy.
what I mean? So
Genuinely
what?
crazy.
A little chicken, you know, is what? They're trying to say is more valuable because the chicken can walk around and shit itself.
But that's what I'm saying. Where we value things.
Don't mean it's right though.
And also, trees everywhere you look. There's trees everywhere you look. And it's like scarcity creates value. So if you see the bear or something, you're gonna be like, there's more. They cut down trees and there's more. There's billions more. Billions, and you could just plant more as well. It's not like it's finite.
You could just
everything's finite.
make more chickens.
Make more chickens.
They just I don't know the process, but I watched a video. This woman said she wanted to order 4,000 chickens.
From where?
Next day delivery, mate. They came.
Not same day.
Little chicks, and they feel, because I was watching the slaughterhouse, the process. I was watching it. This was only a few months ago. But yeah.
It's crazy.
Or should I go?
No, I had an argument with a vegan online on Facebook one time, as I'm sure many of us have.
No.
Maybe not Facebook, but vegans. I say argument in quotation marks because there was no definitive conclusion to the actual argument. He made a good point that I had no rebuttal for, and I was furious. What I had said was that there is one pro-meat argument that cannot be defeated, regardless of any nutritional information you want to throw at me. Anything you've got to say, I said, it's one pro-meat argument you cannot defeat. And I said, that argument is, of course, it is delicious. You can't take that away from me. I said, it is delicious.
And vegans agree too.
But that's the thing. You know what he said? He said, what if I told you meat actually doesn't taste good, and that's why we have to bury it underneath mountains of salt, spices, herbs, and sauce? He said, you don't like the taste of meat. I had no rebuttal for this. You know what I did? I closed my laptop and walked away. That's how I win arguments. Literally, when it feels like you're about to lose, just stop replying. I no longer consent to this exchange of information.
Switch off the Wi-Fi.
Literally. If you make a good point and nobody reads it, did you still make a good point?
Yeah, but that's like saying vegetables aren't tasty because you season them and salt them and cook them.
But that's the thing. You can...
There are very few vegetables you can have raw.
Yeah, true. But look, you can have carrot raw. You can
eat meat raw. There's some people out there that can eat meat.
Yeah, they
raw.
do. But I can't imagine they enjoy it, like the flavour.
Liver King. You don't know about Liver King?
No, of course. Been seeing. This guy eat testicles. It's not even like regular cuts of meat this guy's eating. Testicles in milk.
All of it.
He'll literally just dip testicles in milk and just start eating it.
Raw. That makes it worse.
I was about to say, cooked testicles, raw testicles. Come on, man.
Ugh.
But yeah, apparently meat. Yeah, we have to slather it in. Remember what you were saying about the ribs and barbecue sauce?
But look, think about it. Steak. We put some bit of salt on that, sear it. It's good to go.
To be fair though,
I'm not saying I do that. Obviously, you do rosemary and whatnot.
Yeah. I know, but it would be good to go if you did.
Yeah, you put salt on it. You're good.
But that's the thing. The salt is a flavour enhancer, and you're tasting mostly of what you're tasting is salt.
Well, it's an enhancer, isn't it?
But that's what I'm saying. You're tasting the salt though. When you eat it, you're tasting salt. I like the beef flavours in the background. Remember when we cooked it the other day? It was like the beefy flavour was like more, and it was like less on this. You're tasting salt.
I disagree, because if you were to get a spoonful of salt and put it in your mouth, it would taste different.
It
and
would.
You wouldn't like it. You go,
no, it would, because that's too much salt. You're talking about.
No, but you could get less.
Huh?
You can get less. Even if a drop, it's still just salt. It's no flavour. It's just salty.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I have a question. Joseph. If eating animals is immoral only because we don't have to, the author explains... What's the author's name?
Ed Winters.
Ed Winters explains that back in the time of Jesus, he couldn't say it was immoral to eat animals because it was a different time and they had no choice. Right? But now we don't need to, and we are choosing to kill and harm animals to consume them and their products. So, hypothetical question time. Let's say Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister, banned veganism. No vegan products or supplements. All vitamins by law had to have some form of animal product in them, for argument's sake, right? Is he saying that now the right and moral thing would be to consume and eat and enjoy eating animals because it's the right thing to do? Vegans shouldn't feel sad. They should feel happy because they're getting the nutrients they need and it's the right thing to do.
If like it's written into law, if that's what
it's the law, it's fine. Are they supposed to feel happy about it because they're doing the right thing?
Well, no,
you feel happy.
Not everyone's happy about the law. Like,
but they're not happy about the law. But the fact that they've got to eat they've got to eat meat products, they're doing the right thing. Because he said before, back in the time of Jesus, they were doing the right thing by eating animal products. So now, if it was made into a law, they would have to eat animal products. Are they supposed to feel happy about it?
No, because the majority of people don't have such command over their feelings. Feelings just,
but should they?
The moment.
Should they?
Should they?
Should they feel happy? Because they're doing the right thing.
Well, that's the funny thing. Like we said, morality is subjective.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's how flimsy. Did you see how flimsy
it really is.
morale is?
It really is.
How they supposed to
morality is your code. You stick to your code based on what you believe is
it's
right.
It's the code like the Matrix. It just constantly moves.
Yeah, literally.
You don't know what's up and what's down.
Literally. And it's also dropped at the first sign of trouble as well. Like, morality really is a luxury in some ways, shapes and forms. Like, straight away, if there's trouble, shit hits the fan, dropped. Morality is the first thing to be dropped, in fact. Can't go again. I ain't got as many points as you.
That's why I wanted to go again.
Yeah,
the author makes an interesting point. We as humans take an animal's whole life away from them. We put them in an environment that imprisons them and robs them of their autonomy. We then cut their throats or force them into a gas chamber. All of this just for 15 minutes of pleasure. How long did it take you to polish off that steak that you had?
Not long.
Just before this video?
Not long.
After finishing the book?
Not long. Go on.
Taste bud stimulation.
Literally.
That's all you want. 15 minutes is how long it takes for you to enjoy your meal. And then you forget about it. The animal has gone through all of that just for your taste buds, and then you immediately forget about it. I think that's an interesting point, because it doesn't seem right, does it?
It doesn't seem right. No, it doesn't seem right. But this is the point I was making about the actual eating of meat versus the industry, of slaughtering, the slaughter industry.
So, but
because like gas chambers and all of that, that's not part of nature. Do you know what I mean?
No, is that us as humans removing ourselves from accountability? Because he's trying to put it on the meat eaters. And he's saying you are directly killing these animals, but us as meat eaters, we've removed ourselves. We're like, the slaughtering isn't that great, but I just want to eat this. I just want to enjoy this. It's like we are taking our responsibility away, because if not for us, they wouldn't be killing animals. So it's our fault.
That's true, but we're talking about it in the scale of, if there's like 4 or 5 meat eaters, we're in a room and we say, yes, let's come together and like stop these. There's like 8 billion people. How many of them eat meat? Chance in your lifetime.
Do you understand that you're still alleviating?
No. Okay, 100%.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but you're still alleviating.
You're still literally just saying, I've chosen that this isn't my fault. I've decided this isn't my fault.
It's not my fault, and there's nothing I can do about it.
And which is true.
No, it's not, because if everybody done something about it, then it could. But everybody is saying, I can't do it.
But that's what I'm saying. If everybody, that's a
and
very
you're not
big
even saying, so do you want to?
Do I want to?
Yeah.
No.
Because you just said, you basically said, there's nothing I can do about it. You didn't
put
your foot down.
It doesn't matter.
You didn't put your foot down and said, I don't want to do it. The first immediate was, there's no point.
But I'm saying, even if I did, there would be nothing I could do about it. Capability comes first before desire.
You could write a book.
We could talk about, like this guy did.
You could write a book.
Like this guy did.
Yeah. But of course you could flip it back onto vegans and say trees live for hundreds of years, clean up the environment. They clean up the environment and you rob all of that hundreds of years to wipe it off.
Yeah, literally.
Who wipes?
I'm like, yeah, no, it is true, and it's like trees also. You know, the oxygen, carbon dioxide thing as well.
Yeah,
it's like
they help the planet.
100% they help the planet, and they detoxify the atmosphere and all this kind of thing. We cut them down for all sorts, like newspapers, like things like that.
Yeah,
you know, toilet
those
tissue,
need to get phased.
printer paper, things like that, like ridiculous things. Notepads. Do you know what I mean? So W.H. Smith could stock the shelves up with notepads
That
and
nobody
crossword
buys.
books and crossword
That
books.
nobody buys.
When was the last time you bought a crossword book from like W.H. Smith or anything like that?
Word search. I did a word search yesterday.
Crossword actually has some
I
form
did a
of
word
value
search
to it.
yesterday.
I was about to say, crossword has some sort of value to it, has some sort of brain, like, you know.
Oh, word
search is you're literally drawing a line.
I was playing a drinking game with word search.
Okay, well, already this is better. It's better than what I thought it was.
Yeah. So I was thinking we're gonna have to do this.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, if you know. I lost obviously because you know who I was playing against, and you know she just beats.
I feel like when
these little game. No, it's not even that. It's remember double.
Yeah,
she's just weird like that.
She switched on.
Yeah, anything that's useless.
To be fair, I feel like if it's a drinking game and there's concentration involved and you win, you really lost, and if you lose, you really won because the object is to be drinking.
And be drunk. Yeah,
you should instead of overthinking, you should be over drinking.
Yeah, it's working like a true alky. I wonder what his opinions are on having pets. You know, if he's a vegan.
That's a good point.
And what he or his people are going to feed said pet.
Yeah, nah, because I know these man, they're not vegan. I don't know how much.
What the animals are going to eat in all the zoos in the world. And is he going to offer himself up to a scientist to test medicines on him or his children first? Because I know goddamn well that he would enjoy some... let me just start again. Is he going to offer himself up to a scientist to test medicines on him or his children first? Because I know goddamn well that he would enjoy some peace of mind knowing that the vaccine he's going to subject his children to has been tested on animals. For all of the reasons above, I find these vegans hypocritical. You know, because how can you as a vegan have a pet when animals are supposed to be wild?
Yeah.
You know, even you buying a pet is promoting the sale, is promoting the breeders that damage they mess up the breeds.
So you could not be lonely. Basically.
Yeah.
Like, that's go out and meet some humans.
And then you buy pet food, which is promoting the slaughter of animals. Literally. You know, it's hypocritical.
It's definitely hypocritical, and it's like it just shows that when people believe in things, they believe in things to a certain extent.
Yeah,
they believe in things to a certain extent. They believe in what they're comfortable believing in, and they don't really go further than that. People aren't really prepared to go 100% into anything, really. Which is why I always say,
but you don't have to have a pet.
You don't have to have a pet,
and you probably can go 100% into veganism too. You probably can
100% into veganism. You could, but it's like people don't. Nobody does. Or there's probably some people that do, but very, very few people in comparison to like the wider vegan community. But it's like people...
So what you say is if he has a doggy, he's lost.
Say that again?
If he has a doggy, he's lost.
Oh, well, look, how can you? Like, explain... If he does, you explain to me why it's okay for you to have a dog and feed it chicken, feed it liver and things like that. Like, where's chicken and liver coming from? In fact, there was a woman that I saw on YouTube. She was a vegan and she said, I have the first vegan dog. She said, I could prove it. I've got a vegan dog. Said she loves her salad, she loves it, I can prove it. She literally said she got was it Purinel? I forgot, was it pedigree chub or whatever, dog food on a plate. And then she had like a salad on a plate. Straight away the dog went for the dog food. Immediately, like before she finished putting it down, dog polished it off, clean. And she was there pulling it. No.
No, Timmy.
Literally. And that was literally just like nature in action. It's just funny to see. It's funny to see you try and fight nature. Especially when they lose.
I also wonder what his opinions are on abortion, because surely it's immoral to force women to go through the pain of childbirth. It's their body and their autonomy. They're sentient beings, you know. Because he was coming from the whole point of his vegan thing was it's immoral to eat meat. But if you're gonna live your life on a morality, then surely you believe in this stuff. Even if you don't do it, you believe in this stuff across the board. So, you know, that's why I was interested in... I'd love to sit him down.
I don't even know if... like this whole thing about bodily autonomy, again, I think we have bodily autonomy to a certain extent. Like, for example, suicide's a crime, you know? Like, surely I should be able to kill myself. Like, if I have bodily autonomy, but it's a crime. So...
It's a stupid crime, though.
It is a... yeah, it is, but... At the same time, I don't really think bodily autonomy actually exists. So to apply it to animals when we don't even get it, it's just like you're worried about the wrong thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%.
I put the subjectivity of morality. Author Ed Winters talks about moral relativism and how it is used as a metaphorical pair of pliers to disarm the accusatory bomb that vegans use against meat eaters. Meat is murder and murder is immoral. Therefore, you're immoral. That's what they say. You're immoral. You're supervillain.
Me?
Firstly, this school of thought places a lot of responsibility on the consumer. Like I noticed, for example, you got iPhone there. Then people who make that getting like 11 pence an hour. So do you know what I mean?
And the batteries in the phone.
Do you see what I'm saying?
From a mine.
Oh, going into a whole different.
Mining.
Going to a whole different. Literally, it's crazy. That doesn't make you a supervillain, you know. Winters also goes on to say that moral relativism is a flimsy argument because it leads to atrocities like slavery. If what is right is decided by the majority rather than something that is written down or whatever, then the majority can decide to do something wrong. But then what is the code? If we must rely on something material, something black and white, what is that? Like, why can you kill animals but you can't kill plants? Or other way around, you can kill plants but you can't kill animals. Is veganism perfect? Is it supposed to be looked at as it's perfect? And can we achieve perfection? If we can't, why not eat meat?
Yeah, but he's trying to say that just because you're not perfect doesn't mean
well, you can't be better.
Yeah. So he not to make it clear, he's not saying cut down on animal products. He's saying stop eating meat and whatnot. But after you stop eating meat, if for whatever reason he's basically just trying to so he doesn't. I think he's just saying stop eating meat, but it doesn't matter if you're not perfect. That doesn't mean you can't try. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think he was more leaning on somebody wearing leather than he was eating meat, because I think the leather thing is kind of a byproduct of the animal dying. They don't kill animal for the leather. They kill it for the meat. But yeah, I don't know. I don't agree with some of the things he says. In the book was very good because he dropped a lot of facts, and I think we should maybe do a special each month where we look at science papers, look at the brand new studies or whatever. Because he was going to these new science papers, you know, that explain this and explain that, and if that is true, then he has got his you know, his arguments are backed by facts.
Literally, which is probably why he said how to win every time. Because I've got the facts on my side. Like that makes it a very compelling argument, to be fair. And he also said that most people hear facts online that they want to believe, straight and go, aha, I knew it. I did, like, immediately start regurgitating these facts across the World Wide Web. Yeah. And then, like, without even fact checking them, for example. And he brushed over a few of them, like, very, very briefly. He's you might have heard this, you might have heard that, you might have heard, you know, almonds killing bees, things like that. And
he just batted them off. He just
batted them off. But it's crazy because I was literally just like, he skipped over. He didn't say anything. He just said, you may have heard about that. Don't worry about it. Literally just pushed to one side. Worry about this.
He definitely said something.
He was very skillful in the way he was. Because you know what it is.
When he was teaching people how to bypass them.
Yeah, when you're arguing against people, I feel like what a very useful thing is if you take bullets out of their chamber and bring up their points before they bring them up, they lose the ability to drop bombs on you.
Israel, you know what I mean? Clarence.
Yeah, exactly. Literally,
white boy.
Literally, I didn't live in a trailer with my mum. Like literally, they lose the ability to drop bombs on you. Now they have nothing left to say.
Well, yes, definitely. But he was definitely subjective at times as well. So he would basically say, you know, chickens live a miserable 6 weeks and this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, does that happen? Surely, but I'm sure it's not every case. As I said, I've watched documentaries and chickens are relatively happy if they even feel that emotion, which we don't really know.
We don't really know.
But yeah, the author's main point is that we care about animals, so we shouldn't blah, blah, blah. He's missed the fact that we do not love animals, we love the taste of animals, and we love our pets because they love us. Humans want to feel loved, and we want something that depends on us. When did we ever claim to love all animals? All animals. We as humans don't even love ourselves. We constantly harm and poison ourselves every day. Does he really think we're going to make extra effort for animals that are out of sight and out of mind when we won't even look after our own selves that we are disgusted by every day when we look in the mirror?
Yeah, literally.
So, you know,
And it's like
he's barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah,
barking up the wrong
nobody's
tree.
even said. And the thing is, with animals, like with a lot of meat eaters, especially in the first world countries, there's a lot of discrimination, like nonsensical discrimination, you may call it, with what animals are friends and what animals are food.
I think it's ridiculous. I think they're all
literally,
food.
there's no
permissible.
Literally, everything's above board.
Yeah.
There's no code that explains why or shows why. There's reasons why. Then there's certain practices in certain places.
Yeah, there's reasons why we eat certain animals, but there's no reason why we think it's wrong to eat this
Literally,
animal.
exactly. And it's like animals that you even... Like, you see certain animals and feel like joy and feel like, oh, look at that. You see certain animals and you think that's vermin, get out of my house.
But then at the same
Do you know what I mean?
time, you look at these cutish cows, they call them mountain cows. I was even looking at one today, Chloe was telling me, and I was looking at one today when I showed up the video, and the cow looks, you know, someone showed me that, oh, look at this. I said, that looks like a nice piece of steak. And they were livid, angry at me.
Yeah, no, of course.
I said, but you eat bolognese, you eat minced meat, you eat all of this, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
but
literally.
she got angry.
It's like when you see the visual representation of what you're actually eating. Because look, we're protected a lot of the time. We go to the supermarket, cow is in a piece of plastic wrap, it's red, and it's a slab of steak. We don't see the harsh realities. And there's a lot of people that said, I've gone to slaughterhouse and I've not eaten meat since I went to the slaughterhouse. The smell, the sights, things like that.
The smell, it's possible the smell could put you off. It's possible. I mean, I'm talking about meat.
Yeah.
It's possible, but I don't think... It's definitely not the sight not putting me off. The smell might. I might not be able to
What I mean with the regard to
smells,
industry,
you remember that for the rest of your life, you know.
Yeah, no, that's what they say. What people say about the industry is like, for example, you know what foie gras is? You know the foie gras?
No.
That is basically, that's basically foie gras is a dish in, I think it's French, sounds French anyways, where they inject the goose liver and they pump it all the way up. They pump it up, they force feed it, they force a funnel down its neck and they pour grain into it. Expand the liver, expand the liver, expand the liver. Then they kill it, cook the liver, and serve it. That's foie gras.
What?
And it's considered, because they're fattening it up, they're fattening up the liver.
You believe?
So it's more flavour in it.
So when you get it, it's got all that in there.
So yeah, so you're eating goose liver, but it's been force fed, like to the point where it's expanded. So fat is flavour, as we know. So that is what it is. And there's loads of people that say, oh, you know, it's cruel, it's this, it's that. And you're doing it for like, so you can do this. That's literally the whole reason. Couple bites. Yeah. Obviously, it can't be that big. It's goose liver. But that's the kind of thing where it's like, that is done for profit. That's done for like the higher society. So they can say, yes, I've had foie gras, you know?
Would you try it?
No, actually I wouldn't, to be fair. I actually wouldn't. I don't think I would anyways. I feel like everything has a line. There's a line somewhere for everybody. And if you say there's no line for you, you haven't found it yet. You lack an imagination. You haven't found it yet. Like, you're not eating gorilla testicles, you know what I mean? You just be like, nah, give that a miss. There's probably nicer meats out there, you know what I mean?
Nice though.
Listen, let me know. Try it and let me know. But yeah, I think the industry is the focal point of what people are saying, you know, cruelty to animals and things like that. Because like, if everybody, let's say everybody ate only the animals that they caught and killed and prepared for themselves. Only that, like with their own two hands. Like, you can't pay people to do it for you. You can't like build businesses or enterprises. Go out, stick, pointy bit on the end. You got to catch the chicken first. Kill it.
You could do it.
Pluck it. Yeah, I think I could do it. It would just be long.
I'd rather kill it than gut it.
Yes.
So I'll go get the chicken. I'll kill it.
Hold on. Let's revisit this.
You can pluck,
redistribute. Let's redistribute. Why am I doing the woman jobs? Let's redistribute the labour here. But yeah, in all seriousness though, I think if everybody did that, I think there would be less emphasis on cruelty to animals because
I don't think so. I don't. Ed Winters would be like, nah. But yeah, as I said, I don't know what he's feeding his pet. If he gets his dream and we don't eat meat no more, what's he feeding his pet? We're still gonna have to rear animals to kill them for pets.
Literally,
still gonna have to do that. So you know, we'll always, unless he wants to ban pets, and then you might be able to take the meat away from people. You ain't taking their pets. That's their children.
Definitely not.
Eating soy decreases your prostate cancer. So, guys, if you don't want to finger up the... You know what? A study was done on Chinese men. Because China, on a whole, eat more soya than any country on the planet, they found that Chinese men have the lowest risk of prostate cancer. They also cross-referenced this data with the Chinese people who live in other regions in the world who don't follow the traditional Chinese diet of a high soy intake. They found that they had a much higher risk of prostate cancer than in their native counterparts. I know this information doesn't really interest you, Joseph, because we know either way you want a finger up, up the...
Do you know what's funny? As soon as you said it the first time, I was literally just like, listen, there's people that like that. Right? There's people that are into that. There's people that are into that. They're like, let's stay away from the soy. Stay away from the soy.
Are you going or... I'll go.
Yeah,
because I've got a few. The author connects morality to pain. Killing animals is wrong because we inflict pain on them needlessly. It would be interesting to find out his opinion if we could genetically breed these domesticated animals to not have any feelings. If they were just mental vegetables. Morally, would he say that's fine?
So what? Breed them so they don't have any feelings, so they're just meat.
They just...
So they don't walk around, they're not animated in the same way.
No, they just sit there, just lie there.
To be fair, I think people wouldn't see... Obviously, they wouldn't see them as the same because they wouldn't be the same. But people
They're
wouldn't
not
feel...
sentient.
People wouldn't feel an attachment to them in that sense. It's it's meat, you know? It's meat. It's meat on the floor.
Would you think he'd be like, alright, that's fine, they're no longer sentient?
I think vegans, and especially Ed Winters, would feel differently about it. I think they would feel less of a...
He just wants us to get away from it. He just wants us to... He don't want nothing killed. That's what it is, to me.
I don't know. I feel like he would feel less. You probably might even say the same things, but there would be less conviction behind it because it's literally just like, what am I fighting to preserve? Nothing.
Yeah.
Bunch of cells, you know?
World, yeah.
You'd basically be a plant.
Yeah.
At that point, it's the same thing as you guys are eating.
The reason I ask is because chickens, specifically, were bred for consumption. The chicken that we eat is called broiler chickens. Their bones are not even strong enough to support their own weight after 6 weeks. That's why we kill them at 6 weeks, and that's an ethical mercy killing, right? If it was your dog, you'd put him down if he couldn't walk.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So yeah, basically what happens is they put on so much weight. There's a reason why we don't eat cat, we don't eat dog, because is there meat on a cat and dog? Yes, but they take years to get to that stage, whereas a chicken, 6 weeks from birth, from, what do they call it? I don't know what they call it, but from chick to fat chicken with all that meat, 6 weeks. That's why. And we didn't eat chickens before, pre World War, apparently. We was eating other meats. Yes, chickens were for eggs. You know? And then once the chicken died, there was one chicken, and it was expensive. Because the rich people would be able to afford the chicken. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, they basically genetically bred them. That's why we eat so much chicken, because they have so much meat on them. But yeah, the writer asks, how can the RSPCA, which stands for the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, have instructions on how to slaughter a pregnant cow? Is that not by definition cruelty?
I think there's things that the RSPCA and other governing bodies accept that are going to happen, and they instruct you on how to humanely do this or humanely do that. Humanely is a big word that we use. Like we were talking about the lobsters before. I was watching Gordon Ramsay cook a lobster, for example, and he said, what we do, knife in the head, down, kill it quickly into the boiling water, poach it, So I think in a perfect world, and this is really why I say veganism is not extremism, but it's like we're trying to achieve a perfect world that we know can't be achieved, and like we're going about things the wrong way. I don't know, like
veganism is the right way.
No. I think we're going about things the wrong way in terms of trying to achieve a perfect world when we know it's not really attainable. Things are done for money. Things will always be done for money. Where there's profit, there will be there's going to be people profiting.
Unless they start paying people for doing ethical things, we're not going to value.
Yeah, which is how would that come about? We'd have to have like a dictator who imposes a rule. And it's like we just got rid of that. The last World War.
So this is the RSPCA's instructions on how to slaughter a pregnant cow.
Okay.
Any fetus in the last third of gestation, or is suspected of being in the last third gestation, must not be removed from the maternal carcass until at least 5 minutes after the maternal sticking, but preferably 20 to 30 minutes after the dam is dead, in order to ensure that the fetus does not gasp and start to breathe.
Oh, okay.
If for any reason the fetus is found to be showing signs of life upon removal from the uterus, i.e. the fetus has gasped and it's now conscious, it must be immediately killed with the appropriate captive bolt or by a blow to the head with a suitable blunt instrument.
That doesn't sound like... That sounds like cruelty to animals.
RSPCA.
That sounds like cruelty to animals. They said, bash it in the head. They literally said, bash it in the head.
Suitable blunt object.
What's an unsuitable blunt object? You know what I mean?
I just thought I'd read that out because it was pointed out in the book for shock factor. But what the book doesn't say is that this is only under extreme circumstances of disease control.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, that's pertinent information. That is definitely pertinent information.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what the book does.
Yeah.
You know, any other time, the slaughter of pregnant cows are not permitted. So, he's right for putting that in there, but he could have disclosed that, you know, that's under extreme circumstances.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah.
And it's, it was information that was purposefully suppressed to lead readers down.
Seem worse.
But that's the thing, he even said that. He literally said you hear facts that you want to believe, you don't fact check them, and like you go forth and you develop all these ideas in your head, you live your life a certain way based upon information that you didn't have, all incomplete information basically. But it's interesting because when you ask the question, is it cruelty to, how can an RSPCA have a guidelines to how to slaughter a pregnant cow? Humans slaughter other humans, abortion, literally terminate babies. And it's like, we could terminate babies safely, humanely, as painlessly as possible. We can give you a pill. By the way, we could give you a pill. Or people can go down an alleyway with a coat hanger and like make an absolute hash of it. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, which one would you rather do? If you're about the safety and health of women and the relative, like just not making sure there's the least stress as possible, you're not going to let them go down the alleyway with the coat hanger, are you? Because, like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Class, what about the way?
I don't... How many you got?
2. No, 3.
Go ahead, say
one. The first point of the book, that by hook or by crook, I'm forced to agree with. Beliefs and opinions should be challenged and the responses scrutinised in order to stress test why we believe what we do or why we do what we do. Have you ever been in a situation, Elijah, where somebody questions you about something you've never give one lick of thought to? Have you ever been in a situation like that? To be fair, you did to me earlier when you was like, what did you ask? I forgot what you asked. It's going to come back to me. I actually forgot what you asked. It just got out of my head. I read this post on Twitter once, and it's the stupidest thing. I read this post on Twitter, and it said, why is it called a building if it's already built? And I was like, what? Read it again. Why is it called a building if it's already built? And I was like, today is the first day in 24 years of life that buildings being called buildings didn't make sense to me. Do you know, I've literally never once questioned it. I've walked past tens of thousands of buildings in my life, never once wondered why they was called that.
Yeah.
But it's like you could get a better understanding of where your societal programming ends and where you actually begin just by questioning why, like, something that I thought was me is just programming that's just been put in my head. I thought that was part of me, but it's not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. So it's the importance of questions again.
Yeah, I think there was something we spoke about that I never thought about. And I was like, I can't remember. I think we're probably talking about the same thing.
Somebody said to me, I saw this on YouTube. Somebody sent it to me. And this guy on a podcast, he said, pizzas are round and they come in square boxes and we cut them into triangles. Why? And I was just like, that's just such a... Who thinks of things like this to ask?
Yeah, that's
crazy. We're just literally just messing about with shapes.
Bare shapes. I don't particularly like the idea of veganism because it feels a bit secular. We are disregarding the word of God and we are deciding for ourselves what constitutes what's just, what's ethical, and what is morally ethical. We as humans do not understand morality, and when there's any level of complication. Let me give you an example. Was the USA dropping 2 nuclear bombs on a city of Japan justified? Joseph. You know, they killed 200,000 innocent people, but they saved millions. Do you know why they saved millions?
Because they nipped it in the bud.
They nipped it in the bud. Nazi Germany had been defeated.
Yeah.
And the Japanese started to ramp up. Japanese do not surrender. They don't do it. We're going to send every last man, woman and child. So, was it the right thing to drop it on the city?
I think it was a calculated... what's the word I'm looking for? It was a calculated tragedy. Measured response. Calculated tragedy that they decided to orchestrate in order to serve the greater good.
So it's the right thing to do.
Well, again, like we said, morality is not the same thing to everybody. I personally think it was the lesser of two evils. Probably.
Well, yeah, exactly. But the Japanese,
so in that situation, that is the closest we can get to the right thing to do.
It might have been the lesser of evil.
But that's the thing, right?
We don't know, because the Japanese could have surrendered. They could have changed their mind and surrendered anyway.
You don't change your mind. Nah, you don't.
Just because people say I never surrender, that doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah, it wasn't true. They did surrender. Do you know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing. They could have. It might. Them innocent lives,
bro. It's still being affected today. Literally, still being affected today. The radiation, like if the blast is done, the radiation is now here for the foreseeable future. It's still there.
People's skin were melting off there. They weren't even in the blast. It
is ridiculous.
And it's
ridiculous. And they dropped 2 as well. They literally dropped 2.
Yeah, good measure. Make sure.
Yeah, they said double tap. They literally dropped 2. It's genuinely crazy how they thought we built one. It's the biggest bomb anyone's ever let off. Double it. Yeah. Double it, give it to the next person. Have you seen that?
Yeah. The second problem of veganism is that it's promoting division and brings us one step closer to civil war. And that's promoting the loss of human lives. Let me explain to you why veganism promotes civil war. Let's just imagine by some miracle veganism starts to become popular. Let's say it's 50% of the population are vegans. At some point they will want to change the law to make the killing of livestock illegal. At that point, we start fighting. Civil war.
Yeah, literally.
Straight.
And if it doesn't happen, then it happens with the pets, like you said before.
Yeah.
Once it gets to that level, then 100% was probably inevitable at that point. But that's what I said. The only reason, when you see them guys on the street with the screens show you the horrors of the slaughterhouse and you walk past them and you don't even, guys wearing masks or whatever, if that does not pull on the heartstrings, what can? War. It must be. Yeah. It must physically force people to see your point of view.
Not to mention, there's more to life than what we can actually see. I'll give you an example. Death. We don't understand. With all our technology, we don't understand. So, we don't know if are we sending these animals to the happy place? Heaven or whatever? We're doing a good thing?
We hope so. What if we just choose to believe that and then continue?
Are we doing the right thing then? We're sending them to heaven. They're having a short life in here, which is hell. Sending them straight to heaven. So...
Yeah, I don't know. Ed Winters, I don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering what he'd say about that.
Nah.
He believe in heaven, right? The good die young.
He'll be like, nah. Yeah, I don't know if that's they would accept that as logic, as good reasoning or sound reasoning. They'll be like, never thought of it like that.
You can't really argue against it.
Why not?
Because you're God-fearing, but
is he?
Well, he made an argument for religion.
Yeah.
But I just don't think you can be religious if you're vegan, because you follow the scripture, and in the scripture they be slaughtering animals.
Literally.
They be slaughtering animals just because.
Literally.
Just for sacrifices and stuff.
Yeah, no, 100%. Abraham
so I don't think... I mean,
they would sacrifice animals to make it rain. Be like, we need rain for this month.
There's definitely vegan Muslims and whatnot, but it just seems a bit secularist, if that's a word. I've got about 4.
Seems like it should be a word.
I'll go. Okay. The author keeps saying that killing animals is murder. They don't want to die. How does he know? Can an animal want to die? Has an animal ever taken suicide in the history of animals? By that extension, can an animal actually want to live? Whatever that means.
I think they're operating on the assumption that all living things want to live.
Exactly. It's an automatic response to want to survive. Your body is designed to survive.
Yeah.
So, but that doesn't really mean that you want to. People take suicide all the time. They try and hang themselves, and at the last minute they're trying to save themselves. You get what I'm saying? Your body does these things.
Yeah, I don't know do you think people who commit suicide actually want to die, or do you think they're just in a headspace where they've put themselves in like a box?
Well, Michaela says,
they don't see a way out.
Michaela says when I'm in the mood. She says, she doesn't mind dying when she's in the mood.
Okay, so
so basically, people who want to take suicide, they're in the mood.
They're making permanent decisions based on temporary feelings, basically.
So they might wake up and having a really bad day.
Yeah, 100%.
And then they say today's the day, and then because they're feeling like tomorrow or the day before, they might have had a good day or whatnot.
100%.
So it's basically mental health problems. the UK only has the capability to grow 60% of the food that's needed, which is quite scary when you think about it with the ongoing wars.
Literally.
Something tells me Vladimir Putin doesn't have this issue. If we use the land that we use to rear and slaughter livestock, we could free up 76% of agricultural land. To put that in perspective, that would be the size of the whole of Australia.
Jesus.
And the whole of China. And the whole of the EU.
Oh, okay.
And the whole of the USA.
That is crazy.
That's all the land we use in the whole world. That size is what we use to rear animals.
Jesus.
I'm going to give you a second to let that sink in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But, you know, I mean, imagine what we could do with that.
Yeah, no, insane.
That's like, when I stopped at Australia, you was like, oh.
Yeah, no, Australia, because I was in Australia, massive.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And, and China.
And the whole of China, which is massive.
And then you said,
and the whole of the whole EU.
And then the US.
And then the whole of the size of the
come
USA.
on. That's insane. That is insane. But
half
like
the bloody planet.
Yeah, I was about to say, what countries didn't you say? The small ones.
half of the world is livestock living on now. Bloody hell.
That is crazy. That is crazy. So is there potential for overcrowding if people stop eating meat then? Or they're just going to be bred less?
Well, he kind of made some points that, meat eaters say, if we stopped eating meat, then it'd be a problem. And he said, well, realistically, there would never be we stop today. It's always ever going to be a gradual thing.
Yeah.
Veganism, he hopes will take over. But
to be fair, there would have to be a we stop today. There's going to have to be a we stop today somewhere.
Yeah, but it would ideally, and it probably, vegans would take over the market so much by month by month. So it'd be, 10%, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And then, the meat market would respond to that and shrink as well. But he said even if it didn't, he said he'd be more than happy for the animals to be killed because he knows there's no animals to replace them. And those animals were always supposed to be killed because they were for consumption. So he'd be more than happy for that to happen if the food industry would end, or the meat industry, should I say.
Fair enough. Let me do one. The effect of veganism on the ecosystem. Almonds are quickly becoming one of the most popular nuts, but cultivating them poses several strains on the ecosystem. For example, it takes 1 gallon of water to grow a single almond. Do you know that? 1 gallon of water to grow 1 almond. Almond this big. And you need a gallon of water. That's 8 pints of water. 8 pints of water.
It's got to be about 5, 6.
Oh,
I think it's about 5, 6 liters.
In California, where 80% of the USA's almonds are grown, 80% of them are literally just in that one state, and 20% spread out amongst the rest of the US. There simply isn't enough water to sustain the growing demand for almonds, which has been appreciated by veganism due to demand for dairy-free milk alternatives such as almond milk. So they're literally pumping up demand for almonds. They're exhausted the water supply. On top of that, almonds are also treated with a pesticide called Roundup, which is toxic to the bees that are needed to pollinate the almonds. The result is a steep decline in bee population, which, if you saw the Bee movie, means we're all screwed. Because everything was fucked up at the end of that movie. There are those who posit that an increase in popularity of veganism promotes the unbalancing of the ecosystem, almost as if too many vegans can be a bad thing.
So basically, he touches on this in the book, and he says, meat eaters use this argument, but you do realise meat eaters eat almonds too, so they're part of the problem, and they're blaming the vegans. Yeah, they're blaming the vegans for this, which is to
be fair, that's the kind of answer where he was like, "You're not wrong," but yeah, this is what I got. That's what he said. You're not wrong, because the thing is, I know when people have bear in mind, he said how to argue against a meat eater.
Yeah.
He didn't say, the book isn't called Why Veganism is Right or Why You Should Be Vegan. It's called How to Argue. If this is the life you chose, read this book. I'll arm you with the weapons to combat this. And that's exactly what he just did there. I don't have of course, 100%. Like, defend your position, 100%. And that's intelligent arguing. When the facts aren't working for you, make the facts work for you, basically. But he didn't say it was wrong. He didn't say it was wrong.
It would be interesting to know the author's views on some of his popular topics, because his view seems to be killing is a no-no and causing pain is a big no-no, so it's wrong. So I wonder what his opinion is on capitalism. Because that must be wrong. That causes pain and suffering.
It does.
Free speech.
Literally, and it keeps these people here and these people here. That is the purpose of it.
Free speech. That causes pain and that causes suffering. Neutering animals. His pets.
Literally.
That's pain and suffering. And if it's not, it's still taking autonomy. Piercing newborn babies' ears.
Yep, I was thinking about this.
Pain, suffering, autonomy, circumcision.
Literally.
Pain, suffering, autonomy. I mean, even just breeding pets for profit is questionable from a moral standpoint. He claims that animal lives are just as valuable as ours. So does he think I should get 25 to life for killing a chicken then?
Yeah, no, 100%. You should, realistically, it's got to be... The point of decisions in court is because they want similar facts of cases to yield similar results. So if you're introducing precedent into law that animal life is worth the same as human life, now you have to, not only do you have to put people in prison for killing chickens or whatever, you also have to put animals in prison for killing humans. For example, I saw on a farm, I read the story on a farm, a baby wandered into a hog enclosure and ate it straight away. Hogs just ate it alive. Bone, everything. Skin, gone.
That's weird and
crazy,
they
you know.
Try and do that to a bit.
Do you know what the funniest thing is?
That.
Pigs are like not looked at as like they're dangerous, and it's like pigs are genuinely dangerous. Like
Cows
they get to a
kill
certain
more
size.
people than sharks.
What, sharks? Yeah, 100%. Well, to be fair, obviously we know why cows are on land, humans are on land, sharks are in water. But having said that, what is it? Is it a methane? They kill people through methane?
No.
What
we
is
just kicked them.
it
wasn't
straight up fisticuffs.
Yeah. But yeah, does he think that I should get 25 to life for killing a chicken? I'll be sure to remind him when there's a mouse infestation in his house.
Oh yeah, he's called the exterminator.
Yeah.
They're called the exterminator. It's not even called like some, you know...
That's an American
soft
name,
the exterminator.
We call it pest control.
Pest control. We have class.
Pest control.
We're subtle. We're subtle.
But yeah, in my opinion, it's disingenuous to not be consistent and live his life in line with the morality he speaks of. So I'd love to sit him down and ask him what he thinks of the above topics. I've got 2 more points. You done?
Oh, I've got one more.
Go on then, and then I'll go.
I say the idea of arguing between vegans and non-vegans is superfluous anyway. What do we achieve? Whoever loses the argument is just going to keep doing... Whoever loses the argument is just going to keep doing what they're doing anyway. I say we settle it in the ring. I'll fight any and all vegans. I don't even care.
They're going to be malnourished anyway.
I was about to say, they need protein. They'll never defeat me. You will never defeat me. Let's go. That's how you really solve this beef, to be fair.
Yeah, no, it's force. It is. It is genuinely.
It has to come to force.
Apparently, plant protein is not of a lower quality than meat protein. Remember I was having this conversation in the week?
Yeah, we was.
And the reason why they think that's true, the reason why they thought plant protein was of lower quality is because of a study that was done on mice, where they fed them raw soybeans and raw meat. We as humans obviously differ to rats, and we also don't eat raw soybeans and meat. The reason why we cook food is so that we can increase the digestibility of the nutrients in our food. So there is no conclusive evidence to suggest that the quality of plant protein is any lower than meat, which is interesting because I didn't know that.
Yeah, literally.
All in all, reading this book, if you aren't vegan...
Sorry.
All in all, reading this book, if you aren't vegan, is literally pointless. I mean, I did learn some mind-blowing facts, and in theory, we could all live a vegan lifestyle. Everybody could be fed and nourished. By the end of the day, that is never going to happen.
Yeah, no.
The only way it could happen is if we are suddenly repulsed by meat. If vegans want us to stop eating meat, then that is the only viable strategy. They need to do something radical, such as get the law changed so that every animal product has to show a carcass of an animal on it. That might repulse people to trigger a systemic change.
Sorry to interrupt. You think it would? Because as we said before, I remember you said before. Okay, that's fair. But as you said before, remember smoking kills. Yeah, literally. They got the nastiest pictures on there.
I think it would just desensitize people, so we don't even care even less.
Yeah, probably.
Having said that, the only way people will stop eating meat is if they have a synthetic replacement, something that can be grown and is profitable. This is capitalism, after all. I'm going to speak for myself. I don't care about the lives of food, such as chickens, cows and pigs. We are humans, and we are predators. He claims that animals have emotions. I don't see any lions feeling sad for taking the life of a gazelle. I've got canines for a reason, and I'm gonna bloody well use them. In all seriousness, this book has changed me. It has, because I was on Reddit today, and I saw there's this video going around with a guy with a crossbow, and he's shooting a turkey, and there's a video of him. He's basically posting up saying, "Oh, look at this headshot! It's a really good shot." And to me, I was just like, he's just killed the animal for no reason.
Yeah,
no reason. He got a headshot, and when the arrow hit the turkey kind of like ricocheted.
Oh yeah, I've slow motion. Somebody hit a deer in the head with a sniper rifle, and it was like they got it in slow motion, and you could literally just see the deer's head explode. You could see like the hole where the bullet comes. You see the shock on the deer's like. It was just shocking. I was just like, wow.
What type of pornography you're watching? But yeah, also, the fact that animals give their lives, or should we say their lives are taken, I'm just going to make sure that it doesn't go to waste. I'm going to make sure not to waste food and stuff like that. But there's no way I'm giving up meat. It's just not happening.
Is your conclusion. So the author failed to win this argument.
At the end of the day, I'm man enough to say I don't care that animals are being killed. I would happily partake. And I think if you're going to eat animals, maybe you should be forced to partake, because we are, so much far removed. I think it should affect you physiologically or psychologically.
If they had the synthetic replacement you're telling me about, would you switch to that, or would you be like, no, meat?
No, I wouldn't switch to it.
You wouldn't switch?
No.
Why not?
Because those products, and you're going to understand, because I think we're reading the process.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Those products, just like ultra-processed foods, have never been put into the human body in all of human history. We have no idea what happens in 50 years when you eat it. You have no idea. Just like the coronavirus vaccine, you have no idea what happens to you in 30 years. It hasn't been around enough. It hasn't been around long enough for you to test it. So no, I'm not putting foreign objects into my body. You can do it. You vegans can do it. I'm putting flesh, animal, meat. So yeah, that's what I wouldn't. If there was some enough, it's conclusive and whatnot, then yeah, one day we'll move away from meat and we'll stop killing animals.
But not you. That's not in my lifetime.
I think I don't want to do a hunt anymore. I used to want to go to Africa, kill a lion, bring back whatever, it's a manly thing. I think maybe I wouldn't do that anymore. So yeah.
What? Because of the?
I don't know. I just thought about it since, as I said, the book's changed my opinions. We do. I don't know if I value the life, but it is unnecessary to take extra life. It's like when you're a child and you step on ants for no reason. Now I wouldn't do it. I would step around them. I would try not to kill them.
Yeah, that's
like their life doesn't mean much, but it's not. You don't need to change the course of history in the ant world. You're
not for zero gain as well.
No, there's zero gain.
It's not worth the effort it would even take.
Yeah. So yeah. What about you? You gonna give up your meat eating ways?
Nah, there's no chance.
You've done it before. You're a vegetarian.
Yes, I've been vegetarian. I've been vegan for a bit. Yeah, I've been vegan for a bit. I've been pescatarian. So it is perfectly capable. It's not even like a self-control issue. For a lot of people, it's a self-control issue. Why don't you? Because I don't want it.
Why?
Literally, it's that simple.
Yeah, but why?
I like meat.
Yeah, but if you can control your wants...
Pause.
If you can control your wants, if you are you, and you've decided that you want meat.
Yeah.
So why can't you decide that you don't want meat?
Because I want meat.
Yeah, but...
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but...
Add as many wants as you want onto the front. The same answer.
Yeah, but...
I want...
So what you're saying is you don't control your wants.
Said who?
That's what you're saying.
Why?
Because you are incapable of changing the fact that you want to eat meat. You can't decide that you want to be vegan.
Who said I can't do that?
I'm asking you, can you?
Maybe.
What do you mean maybe? You have a cat or you can't?
Maybe. I've never tried.
So why don't you try?
Why?
So
I could find out some useless information.
No. Because of all the reasons that he said. It's better for you. It's ethical.
But the thing is, again...
It's cheaper.
Is it cheaper?
No,
a lot of vegan food. A lot of vegan food.
You don't have to eat it. What he's saying is you don't have to eat that vegan.
Oh, right. He's just saying just plants, vegetables.
No, not just that, but you can find cheaper ones.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where these cheaper ones are at, to be fair, because we live in Brixton and it's like, Jesus Christ.
But vegan food is cheaper. There is no two ways about it.
Well, to be fair, vegan food is the plant processed, the plant protein kind of thing. But like, is it called vegan food if it's just like...
They can't hijack vegetables and say that's vegan food. Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't consider that.
We meat eaters like it too.
Literally.
On a balanced diet.
Exactly. They complement the meat, in fact. The vegetables, they complement it.
Yeah.
You need both.
Yeah, you can't have... Imagine I got home and I said, where's my dinner? And it's rabbit food.
I knew he was going to say rabbit food. Cabbage.
So where's my dead... I want a dead animal.
I saw this thing and it horns and hooves on my plate. I saw this video of this sports bar where they had cauliflower wings. What's it calling it? Cauliflower wings. Wings. Not cauliflower bites, which would have been perfectly acceptable. Yeah. You're scot-free. You're scot-free. You said cauliflower wings. Purposefully, deliberately, to trigger, to like... But to be fair, that's a marketing technique again. Like,
yeah, of course.
If you're being noticed, you're doing something right. So, I don't blame them for doing it, but it was just funny to me. I don't see cauliflower wings. Something shaped like a wing. Anything like... Nothing. It's just round piece of cauliflower in sauce. But yeah, nice. Meat.
Meat for the win.
Meat for the win. 100%.
Alright, well, we are reading an Amy Winehouse book.
What was it called again?
I don't know.
What's the movie called? I don't know.
I've got a book, Amy Winehouse biography. I think it's written by her husband. It's the things that you don't know about Amy Winehouse sort of thing. And then we're finally reading Super Processed People by
Ultra Processed People?
Super Ultra Processed.
What is it?
No, it's Ultra Processed
Super Ultra Mega.
Super Ultra Processed People, yeah. So, till next time.
Oh, honestly, outro is gonna have to be.
Yeah.